this conversation is all about empowering communities with instant fire response tools. So I'm here joined by Paul Jameson, the CCO of LifeSafe Technologies. Hello, Paul.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well. So first of all, could you start by telling us a little bit about LifeSafe Technologies and the journey that's brought you to developing such innovative fire safety products?
Yeah, it has been a 10-year big journey, I think is probably the best way to describe it, from the R&D with the fluids right the way through to having a product like this where we can actually help a customer prevent a fire in their property and actually stop that sort of damage that occurs when a fire starts. So that sort of first 6 years that we had was all about the fluid. How do we develop a fluid that is different to what everyone else has in the market, and how that can really change how firefighting is done going forward.
And as Chief Commercial Officer, what's been your focus in growing the company and building your partnerships?
All about the customer. Everything about the customer as to who needs our product, how they're going to use the product, does it fit within their normal, standard operating procedures, but actually does the product outperform everything else on the marketplace? And that has been a real key part. And then proving it, testing, certificating, all the things that everybody needs has been a real key part of what I've been doing.
And traditional fire extinguishers, they've been around for decades, but what gap in the market or challenge for end users did you set out to solve?
Yeah, the big red thing that everyone never sees in the corner of their office when people went to offices, but it is that fire extinguisher is that, for many people, that first point of call for, if they have one in an office is one thing, but that traditional marketplace has had traditional fluids that have gone with it. The fires have changed recently with lithium batteries and the risk they pose. So you need a new fluid to really tackle those new fires. And that's what we've really focused on within our products.
Speaking of products, can you walk us through how your all-in-one fire extinguisher spray works and how it differs from conventional equipment?
This is I'm going to have to pick it up. This is
Yeah, of course.
This is one of those products that you think, how didn't this exist before?
Yeah.
It's the all-in-one came about with what's happening in the home. How many people have a fire extinguisher in the UK at home?
Yeah.
Well, 73% of the population do not have a fire extinguisher.
Oh, wow.
And that's an astonishing fact when
Yeah.
you think within a 25-year cycle of owning a property or living in a property, every single person will have a fire at some point. It could be really, really small, but it could be really devastating. This little fire extinguisher has been designed to be that first aid for fires. That real first point, lid off, spray.
Yeah.
Every big fire starts as a small fire. So deal with the small fire.
Yeah.
So small fires need a small extinguisher. And this is a 3-year shelf life product, 10 different fire types, including lithium ion batteries. So you can put your laptop out, you can put your mobile phone out, your tablet. If it's overheating and smoking, you can put it out with this product. And that makes it that unique, simple, highly effective and safe product to use in the home.
And why is simplicity so important when it comes to public fire safety? Because it really does address that, doesn't it, this product?
People don't buy a fire extinguisher at home because it's complicated. It needs servicing. Which one do I buy? Do I buy this one, this shape, this size?
Right.
Will I ever use it? I'm going to keep it in the garage or in a cupboard. I'm never going to know where it is when I want it. This is simple, so simple. And inside it is a bag-on valve. So we've studied people use it. So the first thing people do is turn their wrist, because there's this sort of protecting yourself from the fire. So having this in your hand, people turn it. This bottle can be used in any direction. It's not like a normal aerosol.
Yeah.
So you can use it upside down.
Manual.
You just point and shoot. And it is really that simple. It's that simplicity with the fluid that works incredibly well that has made that so successful. We sold over 1 million of these in the UK and the US.
Wow.
So it's a perfect product.
So thinking about the audience here at the Emergency Services Show, how can emergency services incorporate LifeSafe solutions into their prevention or their response strategies?
It comes down to riot police. You can have it on their attack vest, on themselves. They don't have to carry a large extinguisher with them. Paramedics in their medical bag. It's a really simple thing. If someone's actually burnt themselves and they're still on fire, what are you going to do when you arrive as a medic? You can spray them with this. It's not going to harm them. It will put the fire out. It will actually cool the area as well. So there is so many multiple uses. It's not just about a big fire engine turning up and the firefighter getting off with one of these. It's much, much broader across that whole emergency sector. If you're mountain rescue, you can't carry an extinguisher with you. You could carry this with you.
Yeah, it's like the size of a water bottle, pretty much.
Coast Guards, it is simple, quick, easy, and it's highly effective. And it's that the faster you can get there with something that can deal with a fire, the quicker you can put it out, and the quicker it won't get any bigger. So it's a really highly effective product.
And many fire and rescue services, they're scaling up their community safety campaigns. How might your product support these efforts, particularly for vulnerable or at-risk groups?
Yeah, I mean, part of my previous life was working in social housing, and post Grenfell, it's where I got introduced to the product. Actually, I wanted to put this in every single one of our properties in London. 36,000 properties. Let's give them one of these. Just leave it behind as a product that make people feel safe, and it's that type of approach. Part of that community leave behind. You know, we've checked your smoke alarm, we've checked everything's safe. Use that just in case there's a fire.
And we've talked about homes, but thinking now beyond the home, where else do you see these solutions making a difference? Would it be in vehicles or workplaces? Where do you see it?
It's these glove boxes. This is, if you think of a fire extinguisher in an office, it's a statutory piece of equipment. It's put in the office or in the environment where people are working as a piece of equipment that 9 times out of 10 no one knows how to use and no one is going to use. But have one of these on your desk. If your phone overheats, you're more likely to put it out quickly with something that is simple and effective. And that's the really big sort of change, I think, is the extinguisher is to protect the property of the office. This is to protect the staff member. And it's that change of thought process which is really important.
Have you got any examples that you can share with us about the impact that LifeSafe products have had?
Yeah, this product especially, you know, just after we launched it, we had a young lady write to us actually saying, "You've just saved my house."
Yeah, that's quite amazing.
And it's things like that.
Yeah, it's really touching, isn't it?
It makes it real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
No, I mean, it's incredibly emotional, the attachment that we have with our homes and our properties and everything that goes on inside of that, and the memories. The fact that something as small...
She was really clear how she had to put her oven out, and she said, "I'd sprayed it and it worked." And it was like, yes, it really did. No, it really does work as a product. And we get those every 2 or 3 months from people who say that it has made a difference to their lives. So we're not selling something that is just to put in a cupboard. It's actually there if you need it, and it works every time, first time.
Wow. My gosh, right, you're not going home with two. So finally, what's next for LifeSafe, and what innovations or directions should the emergency services be keeping an eye on?
So I think it's our range of products now. So this is where we started. We started here with this product, putting it out into the consumer marketplace, #1 on Amazon in the UK, top 2 in the US. It's flown off the shelves because people have really engaged with the product. We've now scaled this up into a whole range of fluids that really meet the needs, both from a consumer perspective in this type of product, a standard extinguisher that you can put in your office or your factory, your warehouse. But that is not stopped the sort of development. We have a lithium-only product. So we have a product specifically designed for coming out of a fire truck and putting out a car fire on the side of the road that will prevent that lithium fire burning for hours and hours. We've got a range of products now that can stop wildfires. So we have a wildfire product which is revolutionary in terms of how it works, because you could spray it a week before you might get a wildfire in a protected area that you need to stop a wildfire creeping towards. You can pre-treat the area up to 2 weeks beforehand, and that's protected. It will not burn. So we can stop a fire in its tracks. And that has really changed how we've seen fire safety, because we know the problems that firefighters are having. We know the problems that communities are having with protecting their homes or the areas, their parks, and we've got the solutions to help. So we've not stopped at just this level. So we've kept on developing, and we've even got a product that can prevent the thermal buildup in a battery, so the battery will never catch on fire.
Wow,
so why wait for the fire to start and then put it out? We've got a fluid that can do that, and it will stop thermal runaway. We can prevent the fire from even getting to a fire, in the first place. So we're looking at the problems that exist today and creating products to deal with them, not relying on old technology to try and put out new problems because they don't work. So
Well, Paul, pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
thank you.